everyone, welcome back to the HBI Auto YouTube channel. Today we are going to be doing a POV drive on this 2013 Ferrari California that we have in today. So the first thing I want to point out is this beautiful brown interior that this car's option is. So as you can see, you have this beautiful brown leather all throughout the entire interior of this vehicle. So as you can see, you got the brown leather seats, you have brown here on the door cards, even on the handles. You've got brown all throughout the center dash, even all the way through here. The center console is also finished in that same brown, as well as your compartment. The 2013 Ferrari California actually has a 4.3 liter flat plane crank V8 motor that revs up to almost 8,000 RPMs, and it just sounds amazing. It has an awesome exhaust note. You get all the awesome induction noises with this thing. Even in stock form, these cars sound really good with stock exhaust and everything. With downshift. This is a very comfortable vehicle. This isn't a track-oriented Ferrari like the 458 would be. This is more of kind of a touring GT vehicle. So the suspension tuning on this car compared, to other vehicles that Ferrari makes, it's very soft. It's perfect for road trips. This car offers a good balance of luxury, comfort, as well as a little bit of speed. So with this car having 483 horsepower, this car can actually do 0 to 60 in about 3.5 seconds, and you're able to do a quarter mile in 11.9 seconds. One thing that I do really like is how comfortable these seats are. As you can see, you have some pretty nice bolstering on these seats, and the leather on this thing is super soft. I'm a huge fan of the layout of this vehicle. Just a little pull here on the straightaway. This car definitely isn't a slouch for a Ferrari that isn't meant to break track records or any speed records or anything like that. Like I said, this car is very comfortable. The suspension tuning on this is awesome. You do get a softer ride with this vehicle, so it is a little bit floatier on the turns. But that being said, it is still able to handle turns with no problem. So along with that 4.3 liter V8 motor, this car is actually paired with a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. That is awesome. You can see here, do a couple downshifts. The shift and the responsiveness of this transmission are just awesome. It shifts very smoothly. I've driven other Ferrari vehicles that also have, the same 7-speed transmission, and the way that they tune this is honestly very smooth. With, let's say, the 458, when you do shift it in manual mode, you do get a little bit of that shake and jitter and, more of that aggressive feeling with the transmission tune. So I'm gonna show you guys right now, like third. It's just super smooth. It just goes right into the next gear. There's no clunk. There's nothing, nothing crazy. It doesn't kill your back whenever you're shifting into the next gear like you would in a single clutch. If you did want to take this car to the track, it has more than enough power, and it does have the handling capabilities to be able to, have a lot of fun on a racetrack day. $8,000 RPM in this car is just awesome. Being able to rev that all the way up and just hearing the awesome flat plane crank motor in this vehicle is just an amazing thing to hear. If you do want to put it into auto, you don't want to be manually shifting the car, you can just press the auto button right there and you're automatically put in automatic. So as you can see, the car just went into 7th gear. But if you wanted to get on it, just floor it, puts you right to the right gear, and you're good to go. Also hold you in the right gear for a little bit so you can still utilize the power band. Just keep going, downshifts. And as we approach this turn, it'll keep you in the same gear so you don't lose your power band like I just said. And you're good to go. Honestly, pretty impressed with the way that this thing holds its gears and, puts you in the right gear when you have it in automatic, when you're having a little bit of fun with it. So when you come to a complete stop or you want to park the car, to put the car in neutral, you're going to want to push both the paddles back, and as you can see, it puts you in neutral. If you're to go in first gear, you would just push the right paddle in. But we're going to put this car in neutral, and we're going to put the e-brake on. And as you can see, it has right there, it says hold, so you're good to go. And yeah, since we have this car stopped right now, let's go ahead and do a walk around of this vehicle so you guys can see what it looks like, and I'll also show you what that 4.3 liter V8 motor looks like. So here is the outside of the 2013 Ferrari California. It is finished in this beautiful black paint. And you also have awesome yellow painted calipers to complement the black paint on this vehicle that matches the Ferrari logos and the badges that you can find all throughout the car. You also have, like I already mentioned, the beautiful brown interior with this vehicle. You have this nice brown interior that goes all the way from the seats to the door panels, all the way to the dash and the center console of this vehicle. So when you pop the hood, you have this beautiful 4.3 liter flat plane crank V8 that pushes out almost 500 horsepower. As you can see, it is such a beautiful motor. This vehicle is completely stock, so there are no modifications on this vehicle, as you can see with the stock intakes and everything. As always, if you guys are interested in purchasing this vehicle, all the links will be down in the description below for you to get all the information you need on this 2013 Ferrari California. Now, let's hop back inside the vehicle and do some more driving. So one thing to note is that the paddle shifters on this car actually aren't connected to the steering wheel. It's connected to the steering column. So as you can see, when I turn the wheel, the paddle shifters don't move, as you can see, because they are in place. So when you are taking tight corners and you're going almost full lock on a turn, it is going to be a little bit tricky to upshift with it being all the way down here and your hands being obviously on the other side. So that's just one thing to get used to when you are driving this car hard or on a track or something like that, or even just around town, just taking turns in this thing. It is a little bit unnatural to not be able to have the steering wheel connected to the paddle shifters. If you go in reverse, you actually find that you have a pretty good backup camera on this thing. So, not a bad touch on this already beautiful looking interior. That V8 engine just sounds so good. People overlook these Ferrari Californias. Yeah, they're not the fastest things in the world, and they're not very fast around the track because they're so heavy. But at the end of the day, this is still a very, very well-built Ferrari. I mean, it does rev up to 8,000 RPMs. You get the beautiful sounding 4.3 liter naturally aspirated engine in this thing, and you get all the beautiful supercar noises that this car produces. All right, so that wraps it up for today's POV driving video. If you guys enjoyed watching this POV drive of this 2013 Ferrari California, and also if there's any other cars you'd like to see on our inventory that you'd like us to do a POV drive on, make sure to comment down below and we'll be sure to make that happen. As always guys, thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next video.